If you clicked on this thumbnail, you know that I failed my camping trip on my little motorbike here. I was supposed to go 1,100 miles. It was going to be a 5-day trip. None of that worked out. I ended up getting 650 miles out of the trip. Only camped one night. I've got all the footage to it, but here's another thing. I lost some audio. Some of my video kind of sucks. So I did the best I could. I'm going to do the best I can putting all this together for you. And hopefully some of you can find some pleasure in all of my misery. So here we go, right out of the gate. I'm like not even left a place and my audio is all jacked up. My mic was jacked up. I'm not sure what happened. I think that I plugged my mic like into my headphone thing on my audio recorder, I guess. But anyways, all I'm doing is complaining about I'm like an hour and a half later leaving than I wanted to. So I'm complaining about that. And the reason why is because the GPS, I got a new GPS. So I'm trying to use it and it's on demo mode. And it says you have to drive down the road for it to get out of demo mode. And I just could not accept this. I could not believe this. So after an hour of convincing myself that this couldn't be possible, I decided, well, I guess I'll try it. So I drove down the road and it went out of demo mode. Whatever. So I was pretty late, pretty frustrated getting started. And now I'm frustrated again with my pathetic audio, and you guys get to miss out on my little moto vlogging. Hey guys, I'm at my first stop, filling up with gas. It's really windy, sorry about that. But anyways, I filled up with gas, 2.79 gallons, $5.30. We have gone 152 and a half miles so far, and it is 11:20 a.m. I'm not sure what town I'm in here. I'm gonna have to go inside and investigate. At this point, things weren't going so bad. Things were looking up, the trip was going well, and I was starting to feel a little better. Just went inside to go to the bathroom, and I am in Sweetwater, a guy told me. So that's where we're at, Sweetwater, Tennessee. I'm gonna keep going for a while, and then I guess get some lunch. Real quick, I forgot to mention I was going from South Central Kentucky to Charleston, South Carolina. I'm at my second stop, the Taco Bell. I'm gonna get a taco real quick. Let's see how many miles we have on this thing. Noisy around here. Let's see. 246 and a half. It is 1:30. I've got like an hour and a half left. Maybe less than 100 miles to go. So I'm gonna get a taco real quick and we'll get back on the road. It was at this point things started to go downhill. Last time you guys saw me, I was at the Taco Bell. Well, while I was eating my little taco and Nacho Bell Grande, it started to rain outside and I saw this sprinkling. I was like, oh no. So before you know it, started kind of pouring down. I run outside and start headed down the road, and I could see down like through these mountains, you know. I could see out through the mountains that it was raining all through these mountains that I was traveling through. So I was like, you know, pulled over the side of the road, put my rain gear on, and then whooped it up here to this awesome site. I'm at Hartwell Lake in South Carolina. Check out this site I have. Look, I came down this path on my motorcycle. Check it out. Isn't that awesome? And look, come around here. I mean, this is really cool. I am on a peninsula, like. See, there's a lake around me. Might be hard for you to see it, but I mean, entirely around me, there's a lake. There's nobody here. I mean, this is really my kind of thing. Looks like I'll be able to find some wood here, so that's cool too. But I gotta get busy, man, because it's gonna get dark soon. Here's my site right here. So, they got a nice level pad. You know, I mean, how nice is that? They got a level pad for your tent. A lot of places don't. It's really nice here. Look, I'm up on a plateau and looking down on the lakey lake. And I could probably walk down this other path right here and get down there and, I don't know, take a shower bath in the morning, whatever. This trip seems to be a little rushed. I started off late and it just seems like it just keeps going that way. So I'm limited on time. I'm going to set the tent up and stuff like that and run to the store and get some beverages and ice, whatever it is I need to go along with my little dinner. When everything's set up and I get back from the store, I'll show you around the campsite. I'm back from the store. I got a little ice and some beverages right there. And my tent before I left, as I told you, set up right here on this nice little pad. See that? Isn't that nice? Motorbike up on the hill over there. Huh, can you see it? You can't. Let's see if this camera will do anything right. There it is. See there, the motorbike? You can barely see it. There it is. All of my crap is in the tent there, see, through the window. I don't want to open it because there's a little bit of buggy bugs. And so now it's time to gather up some wood because I didn't get no charcoal. I think this is white oak, but I'm not positive. I'm going to cut it up, look in there and see what we've got. I believe this wood is just too far gone. It's all rotten, I can tell. Too soft. I'll find something a little better. We'll try and saw this. I found this, what I believe to be red oak, past its prime, but it's gonna have to work because I'm running out of daylight. I already chopped up some. See, this is all doty, but there is some good hard wood inside of it. Quick progress report. There's our fire going very well. Starting to get some coals in it, so that's a good thing. If you will look over here to the north side of the camp, there is some sticks of oak wood processed and ready to go to cook my chicken thighs. So, good enough for now. Things are going, the tent's up. And so I'm in desperate need of a break. I can't tell if this is hickory or oak. And I know it looks like it's just smoking, but there's coals under there and it'll pick up. Here comes the wind. I guarantee that'll get it going. I like pepper more than anybody. I know, I love it. Some of you folks I'm sure do too. Salt, not so much, but you gotta have a little bit. Not big on the salt. I believe I'll flop them so I don't have to keep doing this. Flipper. Flipper, come on. There you go. Pepper them up a little bit. Ah, yeah. Oh. There we go. Potatoes, why 3? You will see. Little rhyme there for you. Little rhyming. I don't think this fire gets smothered out, but she ain't looking too good. But I honestly believe it'll pick up. It's just gonna be a slow cook, and that's what we want. I ain't no hurry. No. Just like I told you, I'm finally not in a hurry. Smoke's attracted to beauty, as you can see. There's my chicken. It's better just to first let it burn down the coals, but I didn't. I'm just shuffling the chicken around here and there, and the potatoes. I am shuffling around, see, here and there. It'll be all right. Finally, the fire calmed down, and I got it down to just coals. You may never even saw the fire. I remember showing you smoke. I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of fire. I crisped up the chicken quite a bit, maybe more than I should have. I should have waited till it was coals like this. That's the best time to cook on them. I was a little anxious and wanted to make sure they got done. I don't care to show you guys my burnt up chicken. I'm still gonna eat it. I'm still gonna enjoy it. It's really not that big a deal. Patience, my friends. Patience. Here is the finished product. Is it perfect? No. Is it perfect for me? Absolutely. Ha-ha! Look at that succulent chicken. Let me show you a close-up of that there succulent chicken. Look at that. Oh, and I just dropped it in the dirt. That's not the first time, but the second. Watch this. Let me get you a better view. That's the second time my chicken fell in the dirt. Look at all that dirt on there. I can't do it. I can eat this backside. Oh. I still got some dirt. And when I was cooking it, I got some dirt. Too crunchy with the dirt. I'm gonna throw it out. Listen, I'm gonna eat my dinner. I went 320 miles, so no big deal. But I'm rushed. I'm just rushed. It's like go, 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 go to get here. You know, and I was finally relaxed after I had this fire built and started cooking my chicken. But even then, I should have waited, you know, till I had coals. So I just felt like I had to just keep going. So my issue so far with this trip is that I don't have enough time, I don't think. I want you guys to know what the reality is. And the reality is 320 miles doesn't seem like a lot, but if you want to enjoy yourself, then I just think you need more time in the day. And it is getting darker earlier here in, well, I'm in South Carolina right now. So that's something to consider. I'm going to kick it here by the fire for a little while, listen to some music, hang out, relax, finally, and enjoy myself a little bit. I'm all packed up. I skipped breakfast. I'm ready to hit the road. I'm actually headed home. I owe you guys an explanation, and I'll give it to you when I get there. So I've been home a day or two now, and I've been editing this video for you guys. It's clear to see in my video that I'm really feeling ragged, defeated, and worn out that morning when I left. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One, it was so hot that night, but the odd thing is what kept me up all night was the wind. The wind blew so hard you could hear it just whistling through there, but that particular site, I couldn't feel any breeze at all. So that was kind of torturous. So I'm sitting there sweating to death, staying awake because of how hot it was and because of the wind noise. Long night, yes, but ultimately that's not the reason I decided to go home. I just knew that I had planned a trip that was just way too over-ambitious for me personally, not for everybody, but for me. If I carried on and went to Charleston, it would have been another 5 hours to get there, then set up camp again, and then I would have stayed for one day, and then I would have left the next day, came back to Hartwell, camped again, and then came home. Anyways, what I realized was it is a lot of work because all of my gear was packed so tight in such a small space. It was a whole lot of work getting it all out and putting it all back in again. As I mentioned in the video many times, I just felt like a time crunch. That was taken away from the experience, from my fun and reason for doing it. So I just decided to call it quits, go back home and regroup. So that's what I did. I have no regrets about that. I think I need to plan things out better for my next trip. I'm going to try it again, but I think I just need to, plan it out a little bit better. Also, another issue I have, and not everybody has it, is I don't really like being away from home. I mean, I want to experience these things, but it's difficult for me to be away from home. I wrote a few notes down here about the trip too, just to share with you. One thing, let's see here. I was always afraid things were going to get stolen on my motorcycle, which they weren't. I really don't think I had to worry about that at all. But it's just always in your mind. You're parking your motorcycle in front of a window at the restaurant. You can't relax. And nobody's going to steal my stuff. I don't believe it. Even if they did, it's not that big of a loss. Because this was a long trip, I brought earplugs with me. And they worked great. That was nice. Wearing those earplugs, everything was real nice and quiet and smooth. And it took a lot of that wind noise away from my helmet. But after a day wearing earplugs, I don't wear them all the time. My ears are still hurting, and it's been a couple days. So I think you could get used to that, or maybe next time what I'll do is put them in for a little while and then take them back out. Rotate back and forth. My seat, I bought a Corbin seat, and what they say is, I thought about this long and hard on the way there. What they say is, the seat is firm, but it shapes to your butt, and it takes away the pressure points. Well, here's what I thought of driving down the road. I could take a piece of oak wood and carve it out to fit my butt perfectly. And guess what? I'm still sitting on a piece of oak wood. So the Corbin seat, although it does help and it does take away pressure points or whatever, it's still stiff and hard as a board. My waterproof givey bag was loaded up with sleeping bags and clothes and stuff like that, soft stuff. So I thought, well, that'll make a nice backrest. Well, on this particular motorcycle, it didn't work out because this motorcycle, the seat's leaning in towards the tank, so that weight on the back of you, even if you want to lean back, you're shoving yourself into the tank as you're leaning back on the givey bag, so that didn't work out too good either. What I would do, if you're kind of new at this, and I might do this myself, is go to local campsites. So you're only going like an hour away to one campsite, camp there a night, load everything back up, go to the next campsite for the next day, like an hour away. Stay within an hour or two of your house. That way, if you decide to quit, you can just get home within an hour or two. What that'll do is give you a sense of how long it takes you to unpack and pack, and how it is to get your shower bath and stuff like that, and how much time it takes you to do all these things. Because, that next morning, it took me at least an hour to pack everything back up. And that's after getting up, making coffee, this and that. I mean, there's more time included in doing all that stuff. So if you did some small local camping trips, I think that'd give you a good idea on what it's like to do a bigger one. I wanted to share with you 3 things that I would never go camping without anymore, and that is, first, my little axe. You saw me use it, my hatchet, whatever you want to call it. It's very light. It's long enough. I don't like those short, stubby ones. This one's a little bit longer, and to me, it's a better hatchet. Look here, a Gone Boy folding saw. This thing is so sharp and cuts so good and so quick, and it's so light. This is another thing I would never leave behind because I like it so much. Brings so much enjoyment to the trip, playing around cutting up wood and stuff. And my flat pack grill, you guys saw it. Look, that's as big as it is. Real small flat pack grill. Wouldn't leave home without this stuff on a camping trip. It's worth its weight, especially on a motorcycle. And I also realized there's a few things that I shouldn't have took on this trip that did make everything a little bit too much bulk and too much, just not necessary to bring it, but not much. I kept it pretty much to a minimum on everything, but there was a couple things I could have shed. Another thing is the size of my bags. The 2 side bags aren't really that big. I think they're 25 liters maybe a piece. I'm not positive. That givey bag's real nice, but again, you're worried about stuff getting stolen. it would be nicer to have locking hard boxes, I would think. It's not over with. I'm going to give it another shot. Maybe plan a little different trip, maybe a little shorter, maybe less hours traveling. I'm thinking for me, like 4 hours on the road is enough per day. And that gives me time to stop at a restaurant for an hour, twice a day if I want to, or if I get to the campsite, it gives me a lot more time to prepare everything. Plus, in the morning when I go to leave, I can have more time to get everything ready to leave. So I'm thinking 4 hours is enough. I don't know how many miles I could get in 4 hours. I'm sure plenty. I don't know. We're going to have to just see how that goes. So if you're interested in seeing what the future holds for me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.